Hey, how's everyone doing today? It is Friday, September 29th, and you are watching the Mata Boxing Report. And we got a great guest for you today. My guest is flyweight world title contender Sulem Urbina. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. Very excited to be here.
All right, all right. Now, how did you get into the sport of boxing?
Well, I'm the middle child. I have two older brothers and two younger brothers, and my two older brothers started attending a local boxing gym, and I always wanted to do everything my brothers were doing because I wanted to prove how tough I was. So I tagged along with them to a boxing gym.
Okay, all right. And now that you're in the professionals and everything, is there like you train exact same way every fight, or do you do different things for different opponents and stuff like that?
No, obviously, every opponent is different, and there's always things that you have to improve and switch up. You can't be the same fighter every fight. Obviously, there's things that always stick with you, but you always have to keep adding tools to your pouch. So definitely, you have to switch it up. Training, and I mean, when you're boxing for so many years, you have to do different things because if not, it can feel monotonous and you don't want that. You want to, you know, stay entertained in the gym, stay hungry, and keep going.
Right, exactly, exactly. Now, how do you deal with any pressure or nerves before the fight or the week before the fight?
I think with experience, you kind of learn how to deal with it. Obviously, when I was a kid, I started boxing when I was a kid, so the nerves then to now are a lot different, and then the nerves from the amateurs to the pros are a lot different. But as I've matured now in the pros, I've learned to not think so much about the pressures or anything like that. I try to live in the moment, enjoy the moment. I'm only going to be here for so long. You're only going to be an athlete for so long. You're only going to be able to step into the ring for so long. So why not enjoy it instead of putting pressures on yourself? And that's what I've been doing these last few fights. I finally learned that, and I'm learning that I just have to live in this moment.
Right, right. Now, can you just start describe the most memorable fight and why was it so special to you?
There's a few. I think the pro debut will always be special
Hmm.
because it was the first time, stepping into the ring as a pro, 8-ounce gloves. I got to debut as a co-main event on Box Azteca with Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. watching me fight, commentating on my fight. And my fight was broadcasted all over Mexico, and it was very emotional for me. um, I had just turned pro after my brother had passed away, so it all meant a lot to me, and it was just another step in me growing in this career, and so it will always be memorable.
Okay, yeah. Now, did you get a chance to talk to Julio after the fight or anything like that, or?
I remember from what I remember, we just shook hands. He gave me a hug and said congratulations. That was pretty much it. But since then, I have ran into him here and there, and he knows who I am, and that makes me feel very special because I mean he's considered one of the greatest of all time in this sport. So to be recognized and be known by somebody so great really means a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have a date yet for your next fight coming
I
up,
do
or?
not at the moment. I fought last July, July 22nd, and I don't have a promoter right now, and I don't have a date, but I'm just working on getting better, and staying happy in my moment, and trying to get better. That's it.
Right, right. Just in case they call and give you week notice, come here, and I'm ready. Yeah, exactly. Um, how did the pandemic affect you personally and professionally, if it did at all?
Honestly, in this, I think mentally it hurt a lot the most because I just felt a little stressed out. And I think everybody did at that time. Not because I was scared of getting sick or anything like that. It was just the times we were living in. I'm used to,
Right.
being at going to the grocery store and smiling at people, and you were wearing masks. You couldn't get people would like walk by you and get farther away from you because they were scared of getting sick, and it was just all those little things really got to me. Also, the fact that there was really nothing you could do. I mean, I'm not much of a person that goes out much, but I do go to the movies a lot. That's my thing. I love going to the movie theater, and the movie theaters were closed. You couldn't even go hang out at the park. Uh, the tracks were closed. That made it really hard for like our morning runs and whatnot. But I mean, we got through it. It was just mentally draining, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Me, where I'm at, I'm in Northern California,
Mhm.
and so it was really not too bad. I mean, they kind of just let you kind of do what you did, but obviously, if you wanted to wear the mask, you would. You go in the grocery store and whatnot, but it didn't
Yeah.
really affect us too much as like the bigger cities did.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, I saw that Serrano and Ramos are going to be fighting 3-minute rounds. What do you think of that?
I mean, if it's something that they want to do, all for it. I've been asked this question about 2 and 3 minutes, and for me personally, I don't really care. I'll fight whatever I'm given. If it's two
Yeah.
minutes, then I'll fight that. 3 minutes, then I'll fight that. I will say that in 2 minutes, I have been in the position where I've hurt my opponent numerous times, and then the bell rings and saves them. So I
Right.
understand
Right.
that. But I'm an athlete. I'll fight whatever I'm given, and I mean, if that's what they both wanted, then that's great for them.
Right, right. Yeah, that was gonna be my next question. Would you rather have the 2 minute or the 3-minute? Explained that.
Hmm.
So,
I think
um,
as fighters, we always
McCaskill versus.
sorry. I think
Oh, go ahead.
as fighters, we always want to fight more. Um, we are
Okay.
physically different than men. I mean, I'm no scientist, but at the same time, I know that we can fight 3 minutes. So, I mean, I'll fight
Yeah, yeah,
whatever I'm
definitely.
given, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, and like you were saying, the cons of it is you had a couple people hurt and you couldn't finish them off. To where if you had the
Yeah.
3-minute round, that possibly could have happened. Yeah. Um, McCaskill versus Ryan. Who do you think won that fight this past weekend, or did you even get a chance to see it?
Yeah, I saw it. I believe Ryan won that fight 7 rounds to 3. I'm not sure what the judges were looking at. I saw
Right.
McCaskill a little too passive from the start of the fight. And I saw Ryan really, press the fight, also pick her punches very well, go to the body, use uppercuts, slip punches. I just saw her dominate the fight. So I believe she should have been crowned undisputed queen of that division.
Right, exactly, exactly. Um, I don't know if you've noticed it, but I've got right there. It's
Yeah.
two of my favorite women fighters. Of course, yourself and Naomi Bosques. So
Oh,
I
thank
saw
you. I
that.
truly appreciate that.
Yeah, and as the show progresses, I'm gonna be adding more people and whatnot. So um,
It's awesome.
I got a quote here from someone. It says Sulem Urbina is not only a good fighter and championship contender, she is one of the best people in boxing, said Lou DeBella.
No, I truly appreciate that. Lou's one of the good people in boxing. Not only through boxing, but we have a different connection and a good friendship, and he's somebody that I value a lot.
Right, right. Now, also, who is the I can't remember. Who is the hardest puncher you've ever faced?
Could be my last fight. I fought a girl that it was at 116 pounds, and she was just really big. Um, I don't feel like I was like hurt during the fight, but I could feel her punches. You know, every punch was heavy. She was really big, and I think thus far that's been like the only fight where I've been like, wow, she hits hard. She's strong.
Right, right. And what do you remember about the fight with Naomi?
I remember that she's a warrior. She's a warrior. I mean, I hit her with really good combinations, good punches. She almost went down a few times, and she kept on fighting.
Yeah,
So all my respects to her. She's a fighter.
yeah. And one of the things I like about her is, I mean, you could call her, like, say it's Wednesday, you can call her Friday, be here, and boom, she's on the plane and there to fight. She doesn't, that's what I really like about her. Um, Now I got a fantasy fight for you.
Hmm.
If you could fight anyone from the past, it doesn't matter heavyweight or sparring or whatever. Who would you want to get into the ring with?
Really, I've never really thought about this. Huh. I would say Clarissa Shields. I think obviously
Okay,
we're never gonna fight. We're nowhere near each other's size. But
right.
she's somebody that I admire. I love her skills in the ring and her work ethic, and it's somebody that I would love to share the ring with. Obviously, it's not gonna happen, but fantasy
Yeah.
fight,
Yeah, it was like, even if it was sparring, just to see how you would, how they move and whatnot, and kind of feel some with their power.
yeah,
And
definitely. I mean, obviously, she's a lot bigger than me, so she would have to work with me. But yeah,
yeah,
she's a great fighter.
and I came up with that question because I saw a video. Sergio Mora was
Mhm.
sparring Shane Mosley, and I guess at the time Duran, I don't know if you've seen that video, but Duran was training Shane Mosley, and I guess he was getting, I can't remember if he was flustered with Shane or Sergio, and Sergio, well, then come on, he told him in Spanish, well, come on, get in the ring then. And then Sergio, had his back, and then he turns around, and Duran's like, "Anda, let's go," and they were like, going at it. They're going real easy, but I mean, you could still see the muscle memory and everything, and that Duran had, and he
Yeah,
caught him. He caught him with a couple shots. So it's like that'd be a good question, to ask. Who would you like to, get in the ring with? And my yeah, that would be where is it? Right there. If I had a chance to with somebody,
yeah,
that guy right there.
legend. He's a
Yeah,
legend.
yeah, just to see, how it'd be, to move around. And they interviewed him again. And when Sugar Ray Leonard was getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, and the question was, he asked Sugar Ray, how does, I mean, he was in there with like 30 seconds a minute. And he just says, how does Sugar Ray Leonard go 3 fights with a fighter that hits that hard? So, yeah, exactly. So what's the plan for right now, um, until you get your next fight and promoters? She's ready to go. Get a hell of her.
Right now I'm taking it easy. I'm doing some recovery stuff on some knee issues that I'm having, but hopefully soon I'll be back at 100% and ready to go.
Okay. Okay. And people who want to follow you on social media, where can they find you at?
On all platforms, all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Sulem Urbina.
Okay. All right. Hey, okay. I want to thank you for being on. I do appreciate it. And you're welcome back anytime. We get a fight date. Definitely will come on. You can come on and we'll discuss that.
Oh, definitely. Thank you. I appreciate your time and thank you for taking thinking of me and having me on your show.
Okay. Well, thank you, and we'll talk to you soon.